Hey, what's up, guys? So I hope you and your family's all doing well during the lockdown and the quarantine and stuff for Corona. Obviously, it's been hectic all over the world, and at the moment it is, let me just check here. It's Monday the 6th, and it's the afternoon here in Cape Town, South Africa. We've been on lockdown, I think it is like the 10th or the 11th day. I think it was about, not last week, but the previous week, Thursday evening, we went into lockdown. So basically, I'm sure all of you have been watching the news and everything. Just here in Cape Town, we're allowed to go to like the pharmacy, the petrol station, and to get like the essential sort of food items. In the stores, they have cordoned off sections of like appliances and televisions and all sorts of stuff that they deem not to be essential items. So you basically just go, it's a queue outside, obviously keeping the regulated distance, and you all queue and you go into the shop. So that's what we're kind of doing down here. I have been staying at home. I've been staying away from my folks who live down the road, and I've just been kind of going to the shops every 3 or 4 days as needed to kind of get what I need and get what my wife and I need and stuff for the dogs and the food and stuff like that. And other than that, I've just been staying at home. Getting into it, as you saw in the intro, if you like these sort of videos, you like seeing what I'm doing, or you want to see workouts or anything, let me know in the comments below. And also there's a little banner on either side. Just like and subscribe to the video, and if you click the little bell icon as well, it helps me out. It just helps me see who's interested in the channel and who's watched. Also, obviously, you can have a look and see who's subscribed versus the unsubscribed viewers, and that also helps it out a lot. So I appreciate that, guys. Shout. I think for myself personally, and probably for a lot of you guys, because you are probably on this channel because of trail running or the Ironman or something like that, fitness is a massive part of my life, and it makes me feel good, and it just kind of, it makes every day sort of worthwhile. So I need to carry on getting some fitness in, and luckily, as I'll show you guys some clips, I do have a gym underneath my house that I built a few years ago to train clients and stuff like that. So I've got a treadmill in there, I've got a spinning bike in there, I've obviously got the Wahoo Kicker up top here, which I've been doing my indoor rides in the office here. It's quite rad because the dogs can kind of sit with me, and I can kind of keep in the house and I don't have to go downstairs there. But other than that, I've obviously got all the weights and all the TheraBands and all that sort of stuff. So I have been doing daily workouts, which has obviously lifted up my mood and made me feel a lot better during this period of kind of staying indoors. I've also been doing treadmill runs. Now, treadmill runs for me were, I struggled to get up to like 5Ks on the treadmill, yet I can go on the mountains and run for 3, 4, 5 hours. And it's not that it's a struggle, I think it's just I was reading some forums and stuff, and it's obviously you're maintaining the same constant speed for the entire duration of what you're doing, other than maybe changing the speed yourself. So it is a little bit of a different sort of feeling running. Also, obviously, you haven't got the wind blowing on you, you haven't got any resistance, unless you're adding it yourself. You haven't got the scenery and the mountains and nature around you and stuff, which is a big thing for me. So I've been kind of adjusting a little bit to doing the treadmill run. With talking about running, I just recently, over the weekend, I'm sure quite a lot of you guys watched it, was that quarantine ultra that everyone was doing, which was quite rad. So you watched, if you guys didn't see it, people running around their houses. Obviously, maybe you've seen on Strava. If you haven't, join my Strava as well. But people running around their houses, around gardens, flats, and all sorts of stuff. Then the other half, obviously, that have treadmills are running on treadmills. And it obviously sparked the idea for this race and stuff. So it was a quarantine ultra. It was over a certain amount of hours. It was 6.7 something kilometers per hour you could do, and then you could obviously refuel, go to the bathroom, relax, do whatever you want. And it carried on for a considerable amount of hours. When I see the final results, I'll kind of put them up top here. But yeah, so it was interesting to watch all the live streams and everyone taking part in that, which I thought was an awesome idea. Taking a bit of inspiration from that, I've only been running like 5Ks a day on the treadmill, and I've been doing about 20Ks, quite chilled rides, some sprints and stuff, a little bit of high tempo stuff on the indoor trainer, and that is cycling. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to see how much work and everything I've got this week, and I'll probably film it, but I'm very, very keen to do like a 42-kilometer run on the treadmill. I think that'll be cool. It won't be for time, so it'll just be like I'll get some kind of supplies and stuff and use my nutrition and use it as a kind of a training session for myself, and I will get my supplies all down there, all set up in the gym. I'll put a camera up, and I'll probably try and complete a 42-kilometer marathon on the treadmill, which will be quite rad. I like doing sort of stuff like that. It's always fun. And I think if any of you kind of want to join, if you want to set higher goals or lower goals, or try to do a 2 to 5K in your garden, or I've seen people doing it down their passages, around their lounge table, and all sorts of stuff. So it is quite incredible, and it's quite awesome that people are innovative and they're coming up with quite cool ideas to carry on exercising and carry on sort of feeling good, which is awesome. Other things I've been doing, I think it's really cool for me and it might work for you guys, is you kind of set a goal. So every day you sort of do a certain thing. I know my wife is really into yoga. I've been doing yoga with her twice a week, and for stretching and just for mindfulness and everything, it is incredible. So I highly recommend yoga, especially if you're doing trail running or any sports actually, and you are like me and you're not really great at getting in your sort of stretches or your kind of really chilled out foam rolling work and all that stuff. I find yoga at least is a heated yoga session twice a week for 60 minutes, and it focuses a lot on lower body stretching, and it also focuses a lot on core, depending on obviously which yoga you go for, balance, stability, all of that sort of stuff. So I found that really beneficial, and I've really been enjoying that. As I was saying, my wife has then been doing yoga a little bit every day for the 21-day lockdown or whatever. And it doesn't matter when you start, maybe just try and pick something that you kind of want to do every day, whether it's cleaning a part of your house or doing an assignment or learning a language or anything. Udemy is quite a cool place to look if you guys want to study anything online. There's quite a lot of cool online stuff that I'm kind of doing a few courses on there as I go as well, which is awesome. And I think it just keeps your mind working, and obviously if you guys are still working, that is great, but it's also cool to kind of take on a little project and make a sort of a game out of it, which is quite cool. Another thing that I've been doing that I kind of stick to, I'm quite bad at following news and reading newspapers and watching the news on telly and listening to the radio news and stuff like that anyway, even when there isn't a lockdown or a virus breaking out and spreading around the world. So it didn't really apply too much to me, but I have seen obviously your overall mood and all that stuff is obviously dependent on a lot of external factors during the day. And I was watching someone else's vlog last night, and it was just quite a good idea that came up that I basically do already, and that is take a certain portion out of your day where you maybe don't listen to the news and you don't fill your head with all that sort of stuff, and that just helps mentally for me. If I spend, say, in the morning, I get up, I do a workout and stuff, I watch a bit of news, then I maybe take afternoon off and evening off, and I kind of stay away from the news channels and stay away from all of that stuff, just to give your mind a break, so that every day you're not just bombarded by like coronavirus, everything. I'm super stoked to get out onto the mountains again. I'm missing it a lot. What else can I tell you guys? I probably look a little bit tired at the moment. I've been waking up at, what was it, about 12:30 and 3:30, 4 o'clock every single night for the last sort of 5 or 6 nights. My wife runs a stable yard up the road, so she is obviously still allowed to go, and as the sole person that basically makes the food and feeds the horses and looks after them and checks up on them and stuff, she is allowed to go there and check on them. So she found this tiny little, and I'll put up a picture on the top, a tiny little rat, obviously a little baby. It must have been about 1 week old, we've kind of discovered now, but she went off to the pet store, got all the feeding stuff, like a little paintbrush from a lady that is actually like lives around here. So I'll put up a video at the top, or I'll just display a video on the thing. We've been getting up and feeding that little rat every sort of 5 hours during the day and during the night, which has been taxing to say the least. But I actually in the beginning was hesitant that it would actually live, because you know, you obviously find like, sometimes you find little baby birds or little doves and all sorts of stuff, and they don't make it past a day or so, depending on what state they were when you found them. But long story short, this little thing is so cute, and it's actually grown up quite a lot while we've had it. We've been like weighing it on my little gram scale and stuff, which is awesome. So that's quite a fun little thing, and we've helped this little creature. Yeah, we've strayed quite a lot from ultramarathon and running and everything in this channel, but I just wanted to update you guys and show you what I'm all about, what I'm doing. Super thankful for having this trainer with the bike on it and the gym downstairs, all the weights. But if you guys don't have that, chatting to a mate the other day, and if you've got a garden or a passageway or a driveway or a little piece of, say, a couple of meters that you can do relays and stuff, it is a really rad app. I've got it on my phone, and I'll have a look up here for you. Beep over there. And it's like when you're in school or you're in college or you're training for sporting events, stuff like that, they do the beep test, which is like a certain amount of meterage, and you've got to do relays, and you've got to kind of get back to your starting point before the beep goes off. It's like that. So I set it up in my garden and stuff, and it's a really fun, really rad way of kind of tracking your progress with it and getting some like high intensity running done. It wouldn't really be that beneficial for your really long endurance stuff, but it's fun, works up a sweat, and it's cool for your whole family to do. If you've got kids, get your kids involved, work up a bit of energy. If you've got dogs, I'm going to get my dog involved. So I'll maybe send you guys, I'll upload a whole, a separate video on kind of more of the stuff that I'm doing. Another thing I'm trying to master is I've always sucked at skipping, so I've got a couple of skipping ropes, and I can kind of skip a little bit, as you could see probably in the beginning video, but I get to like 100 repetitions or whatever, and I kind of hook my foot or something like that. So I'm every single day doing a little bit of skipping, just kind of get used to it. I also really like it as an exercise to just pump your heart rate up. So in between doing like a leg workout or in between doing a full body workout in the gym, I can just shove skipping in like a minute or two in between, just to pump that heart rate up. Yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you're doing, if you're learning anything cool, if you've been doing any weird sort of like at home sporting things down the passageway or in the driveway. And yeah, just look after yourselves, look after your family, look after those that are less fortunate than you. And hopefully everyone pulls through and we can continue to get onto the mountains and do some fun little races, maybe perhaps next year. So thanks for watching, guys. As I say, just like it down below, leave plenty of comments and stuff. I dig hearing from you guys. I hope you're all well, and I'll catch you guys next week.